Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I wanted to talk about GameStop because I had a lot of. First of all, if you guys are watching my video, thank you. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment at the end of the video or whenever you'd like, just to kind of let me know what you think about GameStop, where it's headed, what you think it will do, and if it actually is going to short squeeze, right? But I wanted to talk a little bit about GameStop and why I essentially posted my other video where I thought GameStop could actually drop down to about $103. And it's generally right now, the reason I think that is because we did break the trend down on 150. So I'm going to be straightforward. It's because, the trend at 150, 151 was broken. Um, we broke it. We actually, we closed a full candle. Sorry, we haven't closed the full candle on the daily yet under that 150 level, but we actually ended up crossing over it. And we are on the trend right now. So the last time we actually tested the trend was back in February of 20 this year, and it actually lasted about 4 days. So we went from the trading days from February 19 all the way up until February 24th, and then we had a huge pump to the upside. And the reason I'm scared right now is because we're seeing these consistent candles to the downside. And it really just depends on how this week closes because on the weekly, we're essentially right on trend. Look at that. We're right on trend. I'll get rid of these arrows. The arrows actually what I thought GameStop was going to do. I actually thought GameStop was gonna, back on August 3rd, I actually thought GameStop was gonna run to the upside and then come back down. I didn't actually expect it to just completely drop from those prices of like around 160 or so, right? So essentially, what's happening right now is we actually broke the trend on the 150 level, and we're actually retesting the trending trend. Um, and that's the thing right now, right? So if we actually break under this trend and close a full candle, the more then likely situation to happen is that we're gonna continue down, and the thing is, I would be worried about, if anything, I would say that maybe the 200 MA can stop us. I don't think it's gonna stop us. I think eventually, if we break it, if we actually cross under, I think a new what is it called? I think we're headed down to 103 because there's no other support. There's no support other than 103. So what I think it can do is possibly break down to the downside like this, maybe come back up, retest like this 150 level, and then just go and then actually drop all the way down, right? Of course, you can definitely just break and then go all the way down, but there is no there is no major support until $103. And that's the reason why I'm worried, right? The good thing is, like I said, is we actually just wicked all the way down under that 146.82 level, so we can't really break this trend, right? We just kind of wicked under it. For today, the lowest level that we can see is 147.95. So I would ideally want to stay above that or close above that at an actual candle close for the day. But it really just kind of depends on the next couple of days, right? Like eventually after, this is probably going to keep coming down. So this will probably keep coming down like here somewhere. Maybe like right there, right? This will probably like somewhere like right there. So eventually it might retrace up, but eventually it has to break out of this zone. What I'm thinking can happen is, like I said, it potentially can go down, drop, retest that like 150, 151 level, and then keep going down. But it needs to actually rally from here because more signs than not, everything is looking bearish for GameStop. We are, like I said, this zone right here is very, very important. But as soon as we cross the trend on the upside or the low side, like if we jump up here and we cross this trend, like this white line up here to the upside, it's basically like we're gonna go up, right? But if we stay on this consistent trend to the downside, we're gonna see 103 because, like I said, there is no other support, under those levels. Like I don't know how to tell you guys, right? There is no other like support at those levels. Like there's nothing. If anything, trend is probably actually they should probably maybe I can change this. This might actually be a new. Let me see. This would probably be somewhere like right. That would actually probably be it. Sorry, I have like a little sneeze. So immediately it's closing under that trend, right? Like a 148 or whatever. But like I said, it has to come up, retest that 148, 150 level and then drop down if it actually closes under the trend. But like I said, everything right now looks bearish. Like on the daily, we have the brand new bearish candle. On the weekly, we are losing a little bit of bearish momentum, but for the most part, we're still pretty bear, and the stochastic is yet to actually start to turn to the upside. The most concerning part is our monthly. The monthly chart is actually pretty bearish on GameStop overall. Like we actually just August seems to be, creating pretty fresh bear candles, at least stronger bear candles than we did on the July close, right? And that's always a bad sign because if the month of August right now that we're barely on what like day 5, so if we're already creating pretty strong bear candles and we're like one, not even 1/4 of the way through August, it doesn't really help the fact that right now, GameStop is completely bearish on the monthly chart, and that's the thing. Like we haven't seen a bear GameStop since on the monthly chart since back in December 2018, right? And then that bear market for GameStop specifically lasted what, like 7 months? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It lasted 9 months. Games like the bear month chart stayed bearish for 9 months once we crossed that bear trigger. And I would not be surprised to see, GameStop in a bear market for the next 9 months, right? Just because of historical plays. But like I said, everything looks pretty bearish on GameStop. Like I wouldn't say that I'm thinking it's gonna go to $100, but it definitely can. It really just depends on how we close this week, because we can either close under trend, and that kind of signs off the paperwork for us to actually go all the way back to 103 in the long term, or we rebound really really hard from these levels. That's the only thing that I can think can save us. Either we really rebound off like these 145, 150 levels to the upside, or we're gonna drop straight to $100 within the next like 9 months or so. I mean, it just that's just kind of what I see, in the TA. And it's unfortunate because I have a big position in GameStop, but I try to be unbiased with my TA, right? Whether I have a position or not. Just because I have a position, I'm not gonna pump it and be like, oh yeah, we're going to $300, whatever. That doesn't make any sense, because then I end up being wrong. My TA is wrong, and then what's the point of even releasing the TA? Like it's not. We're not gonna be able to like pump it or anything, right? But like I said, if we do end up closing under this trend, it's not looking very good for anybody holding GameStop right now, because we can definitely see $103 in somewhere in the next night between, now between like last month and 8 more months. We can definitely see 103 months, and right now it's looking likely that we're going down to 103. If we don't have some sort of crazy rebound off these levels. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. I'll see you guys later.